Kelly Ripa has spent decades in front of the camera, smiling through early mornings, sharing laughter with millions, and turning everyday moments into television magic. She's built a career on honesty, humor, and that unmistakable spark that makes people feel like they know her personally. But sometimes, even the brightest personalities face moments when the weight of public attention feels heavier than usual. On this particular day, something felt different. Kelly appeared calm, composed, and professional, just as viewers expect, yet beneath that familiar confidence, there was a quiet vulnerability that many noticed almost immediately. Her words were careful, her tone softer than usual, and her expressions carried the kind of emotion that can't be rehearsed. Without naming accusations or fueling speculation, Kelly addressed the emotional toll that rumors can take, especially when they involve matters of trust, love, and marriage. For someone who has openly shared her life with the public, this was not about defending herself. It was about speaking from the heart. Kelly spoke about how stories, once released into the world, can take on a life of their own, how whispers turn into headlines, and how assumptions can grow louder than the truth. She admitted that even when you know who you are and what your relationship stands for, hearing others question it can still hurt. Her voice didn't shake because of guilt. It trembled because of care. She talked about Mark Consuelos not just as her husband, but as her partner in everything: parenting, career decisions, and the quiet moments that never make it to television. She joked lightly, as she always does, about how Mark still steals the blankets at night and somehow manages to drink her coffee even when he swears he won't. The audience smiled, because that humor is real. That's their rhythm. Then Kelly gently shifted to something deeper. She explained that relationships, especially long-lasting ones, aren't fairy tales. They're built on communication, patience, forgiveness, and choosing each other every single day. She said that when you've been married for decades, you learn that love isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about facing them together. Kelly didn't cry because of rumors. She became emotional because of what those rumors ignore. They ignore the years. They ignore the effort. They ignore the love that grows stronger with time. She spoke about how public scrutiny can sometimes forget that behind famous names are real people with real feelings. People who sit at kitchen tables, worry about their kids, laugh at silly jokes, and hold hands when life gets complicated. Mark Consuelos, ever the grounding presence, responded with warmth and quiet confidence. He didn't need grand speeches. His expressions, his calm demeanor, and his subtle humor said enough. He reminded everyone, without needing to explain, that trust isn't built in headlines, but in everyday actions. Kelly laughed through her tears at one point, making a small joke about how marriage teaches you patience whether you want it or not. The laughter didn't erase the emotion. It softened it. It made the moment human. And that's why viewers connected so deeply. People watching at home didn't see a celebrity addressing gossip. They saw a woman protecting something precious. They saw a couple standing together, without drama, without blame, without spectacle. Kelly said that love doesn't mean never being misunderstood. It means knowing who stands beside you when misunderstandings happen. She emphasized that rumors may come and go, but respect, loyalty, and shared history don't disappear so easily. Her message wasn't defensive, it was reflective. She spoke about how she and Mark have learned to laugh through chaos, lean into honesty, and never let outside noise define what they know to be true. She admitted that there are days when words sting, and moments when emotions overflow, but those moments don't weaken a relationship. They test it, and sometimes they strengthen it. Fans watching couldn't help but feel the sincerity. Social media quickly filled with messages of support, admiration, and understanding. Many viewers shared their own stories about being judged, misunderstood, or questioned by people who didn't know the full picture. Kelly's openness reminded them that even strong relationships face pressure. Even confident people have vulnerable days. Mark's quiet reassurance balanced Kelly's emotion perfectly. He didn't interrupt, he didn't overshadow, he simply stood with her, physically and emotionally, letting her speak her truth. That partnership spoke louder than any rumor ever could. Kelly ended her thoughts by reminding viewers that love isn't something you explain to strangers. It's something you live every day with the person who knows you best. She said that while opinions will always exist, what matters is the life built behind closed doors, the laughter, the arguments, the forgiveness, and the commitment. Her eyes glistened, but her smile returned. Not the polished television smile, but the real one. The smile of someone who knows her worth, knows her partner, and knows her story. This wasn't a breakdown. It was a release of emotion that comes from caring deeply and choosing honesty over silence. A reminder that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's strength. Kelly Ripa didn't address rumors to silence them. She spoke to rise above them, and in doing so, she showed why so many people admire her, not just as a host, but as a person, someone who understands that love is messy, beautiful, imperfect, and worth protecting. As the moment passed, one thing became clear. This story wasn't about heartbreak, it was about resilience. It wasn't about suspicion, it was about trust. And it wasn't about rumors, it was about reality. A reality where two people continue to choose each other, even when the world watches closely. For viewers, it was emotional, not because something was falling apart, but because something strong was quietly being defended. And sometimes, that's the most powerful story of all. If this moment resonated with you, reminded you of your own relationships, or made you reflect on the importance of trust and communication, keep that feeling close, because stories like this aren't about celebrities, they're about being human.